Hey girl,
Hi.
how we doing?
Oh, so fabulous.
How are you feeling?
It's basically a miracle. What the doctor gave me was like this magic cocktail. My headache is still there, and it's gotten worse, but that alone is a miracle because I haven't been under a 6 or 7 out of 10 pain in 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. Like, it was a muscle relaxant and a migraine pill that is a mixture of caffeine, Tylenol, and one other drug. And I don't love taking drugs, but oh my gosh, it was a necessity at that point. I was so desperate. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. Just trying to get some dinner in.
I know I told husband, I'm like, we got to stop and get food before we show up at the hospital. We forgot.
Hi, Janice.
Hello. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Janice, how are you?
Good. I'm excited.
Oh, you are so awesome. I'm so glad you're doing this. By the way, I didn't tell you earlier, I love your hair light. How do you feel about it?
I love it. I need to get it a little bit lighter.
Really?
I have one more session and it will be a little bit lighter and not so like caramely. It'll be more like blonde. I'm excited.
Wow, I love it. That's a big change because you've always been really dark.
Yeah, I was super dark. My hair was orange the first time it was done and I like freaked out. I was like, my hair is orange.
The things we go through.
It was bad.
I'm
I know,
trying
right?
to find something
As my daughter says, beauty is pain.
And humiliation when we have orange hair. Been there, done that.
Yes. Yep.
We have more people hopping on. I just don't know how long it's gonna take them. So
You're
in the
good.
meantime,
You just let me know what you want to do.
Janice, when did your kids just barely get out of school their last day? Because I saw you just posted their last day pictures.
Yeah, they got out like a week ago. I was just a slacker on posting their pictures. So they've been out for days. Yeah, we've enjoyed a solid week of no school, and it's been nice. Okay.
Yay!
Lauren, it's been fun. I guess you take a break with homeschool?
We are doing a summer break that's like, we're still doing school, but we're not doing all of it every day. So like they have to do their reading every day, and then we're picking one subject to do each day too. So either their language arts or their math, or, just to keep it going, because we take off a lot of days during the school year too. Like just if we want to go do something, we take a day off.
Yeah.
So if we go through the summer somewhat, then I won't feel bad about that at all. But I mean, my kids, even though they didn't finish,
not bad at all.
Like we only do 3 hours of school a day, and they, I didn't know how they would test. Like we still do the standard testing, and at the end of the year, they were all at the top of their class or the next level, like the higher grade. And so I'm like, okay, we're doing all right. So
that's awesome.
Really awesome.
Lauren, are your kids out?
You are much more patient than I am.
I know. I don't think I could ever do it.
I'm not.
I'm not patient enough. You were saying you're a yeller, and I'm like, I'm a yeller. I would be yelling every day. I would have no voice. You're like, you guys get back to work.
Yeah. I do better when we start school with like scriptures and prayer, and it just invites us the spirit into our room, and so we're all in like a sweeter mood if we do it like that. So I try and do that with it.
It's good. It's awesome. My kids are out. They were out last Thursday.
Hey, Lauren, could you send a message to both the groups to remind them to get on now?
I'm going to be touching my face a lot, I feel, because it's kind of windy out here. But if I go inside, my kids are going to be all over me. So if I go like this and I'm like pulling my hair out of my face, just pay attention to what I'm saying instead of what I'm doing.
You're so awesome.
I'm such a spaz.
You're great. Are you at your house?
I'm at my parents' house.
Oh, that's right. That's
so
what you said.
I'm visiting my parents for like a week, and then I'm going to go see my sister. And so I didn't bring like light or anything that I'm used to. I held this up, and I'm used to having a stand to hold up my phone so I can do my trainings, and I'm not used to holding it. I did arms today, so my arms are like dead. I can feel the burn.
You're
like,
holding
just
on.
embrace it. It's happening.
You're so funny. Okay, well, I know Amanda's jumping on in a second. We'll at least wait for Amanda, and then I don't know about the other people when they're getting on, so we will hopefully. We have 2 team calls tonight, and so we kind of overwhelmed them, and one of them is with the trainer for the new program, and so that one, you have to get on that call because that's like once in a lifetime to get on with the trainer. So,
Is that with Joel?
yes. I'm
That's
so
awesome.
excited.
I would love his program.
Oh my gosh.
I would love it. It looks awesome.
It's going to be so good. And I already loved him. Like, I loved Court de Course so much. It was one of my favorites. But then
Yeah.
after our Mexico trip and having him there and do the training with him, I just love him even more. He is so personable. He would like stop and take pictures with every single person. He is just amazing. Where Autumn would like duck
That's
off the
great.
stage and run out after, like he would sit there and take pictures, and it was awesome.
She probably gets sick of it.
Yeah.
She'd be there for hours.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, Amanda.
That's awesome that he actually stops.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was awesome.
Okay, well, I'm just going to introduce you guys real quick to Janice, and we will get started so she can get on with her night. Okay, this is my friend Janice. We've known each other for a long time. We started nursing school together like 11 years ago, and she and I just clicked, and we've stayed friends. She's taken pictures for our family, and she's just one of my good friends. So she is also in direct sales, so she has a lot of insight and just tips, and it's always good to just hear from somebody besides us. So I am just going to turn it over to you and rock it.
Awesome. Okay, well, we'll see if I actually rock it. All right, so like Erin said, we've known each other forever. I love Erin. She's the best. I think the basis of like when you start into direct sales, a lot of times you just join for like a discount at first, and you're thinking, man, I'm saving some money. I'm getting some great products. Beachbody, you get the programs and the shakes and stuff, and that's amazing. But then you probably start to see the potential in the company and being able to actually earn an income. And that's when you develop a why. And I know you guys talk about finding your why and knowing your why. And I talk to my team a lot about there's a difference between having like a surface why is what I call it, and a deep down in your gut why. Like something that absolutely drives you. A lot of people will say like, well, I want to be able to have more free time. That's my why. I want more free time with my family. But really, why do you want more free time with your family? Like what's making you feel like you don't have enough time with your family? Well, maybe because I spend too much time on the phone, or maybe because I'm just not a very attentive mother. I don't have enough energy. So that's a lot of reasons why a lot of people start Beachbody programs, right? Is because they want to have more energy to move and play with their kids. So you have to find your deep down in your gut why. Like break it apart. Don't just have your surface why. find your deep down why and ask yourself questions to determine the root of your why. And then you're going to have that in your face at all times. So whether you guys have your vision board on your phone, on your fridge, on your mirror, wherever it is, have it in front of you at all times so that you're constantly reminded of your why. A lot of times we can get lost in why we're doing things, and we kind of just get in the motion and we start to almost feel numb. So you have to have your why fueling you, because on the days that you don't feel like it, that's when you're going to fail forward, and your why is going to push you hard. So find your why, and if you do not know how to find your why or the questions to ask Erin, message me, I'll help you find your why. Whatever you need to do, find your why, and it has to be like something that means a lot. I know you guys hear it a lot, like your why should make you cry. It doesn't have to make you cry, but it should mean a lot to you. Okay, so we're approaching summer. Kids are home from school. Erin's kids are home all the time. She's amazing and she's a rock star. I don't know how she does it. But everybody else's kids are home from school and your schedules are thrown off. You know, maybe normally you have like the mornings while your kids are at school and you use that time to work, but now your kids are in your face all day long and everything's thrown off. So what you need to do is have a plan. Have a plan to where you set aside a certain amount of time each day that you're going to work. One thing that has worked really well with my kids, my kids have only been out of school for like 10 days. So we just started this like a week and a half ago. But I have a schedule. They're not allowed to wake up and turn on the TV or play with any type of electronics until they have their list done. And our list involves a great amount of things. So they have to like get up, make their bed, brush their teeth, say their prayers. They do their zones, we call them. They have a certain room that they're in charge of. They have to go outside and play. They do their reading, and they have to do like a learning activity. All of this takes like an hour or two, however motivated they are for that day. And then after that, they are free to play or to play on their electronics, have a friend over, what have you. But during that time while they are doing their lists, that is my work time. It's a non-negotiable work time. I get up, I usually have my workout done and my personal development before the kids wake up. And that's super important. We'll talk about that in a second. You guys know how important it is. But that is my non-negotiable time. My kids know that they get their list done and they're not allowed to come and bug mom until their list is done, because that's mom's work time. So they're accomplishing something and I'm accomplishing something, and then the rest of the day I'm allowed to be mom and I'm allowed to be present, and I'm intentional with my time. So you have to be intentional with your time. Have a non-negotiable time set so that you do that. Otherwise you're going to get lost and your whole day is going to be gone. So having that works. Another thing that I've been doing that has relieved a ton of stress is that I have what I call a posting partner. And I know you guys have accountability partners, and that's kind of essentially what it is for me. She's my accountability partner. I have a set time once a week that we get together and we do a video conference call. And we plan an entire week's worth of posts. So we bounce ideas off of each other. We say, what do we want to focus on this week? We do fun posts. We do business posts, opportunity posts. We do what's called you guys read the book, Jab, 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 Right Hook? You guys heard of that? Okay, so essentially you're following that. I'm seeing some shaking heads. You're following that rhythm. So you're going to be offering free content, valuable content that you want to help your customers with, because you're building relationships with them. My pages keep flowing for my notes, so I'm distracted. I'm sorry. You're going to be offering those jabs and just basically helping your customers. It doesn't even have to be about Beachbody or a program. Let them get to know you and be able to offer information. They want to know that you're a wealth of information. They want to get to know your personality. And then you hit them with an opportunity post. And by the time that you hit them with that right hook, they're going to be on board with you because they love what you're all about. They love your personality. People are not buying your product, they are buying you. Once they create a relationship with you, even if you do not know them or you've never spoken to them, they are getting to know you. So I don't know how many of you guys have Instagram or you do Facebook stories or Instagram stories, but those are huge right now, especially for Instagram. Like Instagram came out with, I think it was a study just this past week with their algorithm changes and stuff, and they said that 80% of people that are on Instagram will watch the stories, but they do not check your posts. So to be able to increase your engagement on your feed, you're going to be doing stories. You're going to be directing them back to your feed so that you can increase engagement on your feed. But being able to do stories makes it more personable and lets people get to know you. So you're going to share all sorts of things, not just Beachbody. You need to find 5 things that you are all about that define you. So for me, I love fitness. I'm not in Beachbody, but I love Beachbody and I love their programs and what they're all about and what they stand for. So I love fitness. I talk about fitness. I also love food. It is my love language. So I talk about food a lot. I am crafty. I love to craft. So I talk about crafts. I share mom life. I am real. A lot of people like to follow others because it looks like they have perfect lives, but people relate more to real life situations. So share your in-between moments, not just your highlight reel, share everything. And that's why people get to know you. How many of you guys know who Jordan Page is from funcheaperfree.com? Do you guys know who she is? No? Okay, you need to go follow her because she's amazing. Or do you know who Tara Thewson is? These two are like huge Instagram stars. Jordan Page is all about frugal living, and she talks about how you can live a big life on a really tiny budget. And people follow her because she's extremely energetic. She has 5 kids. She's pregnant with 1 on the way, so she's always like spastic, and people love her for that. But she's always sharing like money saving tips, and that's what she's all about. That defines you, so that when somebody sees you that you have posted on Facebook or Instagram, they don't know what you're talking about, but they're excited to see that you've posted or that you've done your stories, and they're going to say, I'm going to follow her this item. I want to see what she's up to. That's what it is. Tara Thewson, basically, she posts about everything. Like, you have no idea what she's going to be talking about. She talks about her golden doodle. She loves her dog. She talks about how to do girls' hairstyles. She owns the Instagram boutique called Poppy and Dot. They're really huge clothing boutique. She has a podcast. Like, she is all over the place. So when she posts her stories, that's how people follow her, and they always watch her stories. She has like 1 million views usually because people just have no idea what she's up to.
Janice, it is super windy.
Okay, I'm gonna go inside. It just picked up, and I was like, I'm wondering if they can hear me. Hang on. I'm gonna sneak upstairs. Hang on, sorry. Okay, so people do not know what she's up to, so that's why they go and they watch her stories or they see what she posts, because she has certain things that she has defined herself by. So find 5 different things other than Beachbody that define you and that you're all about, and you can use those for your jab posts. And then when you talk about Beachbody, that can be your right hook. This can also help drive up followers and views on your page and interaction. Let's see here. I'm going through my notes. Oh, okay. So you're also going to be selling your lifestyle while people are getting to know you. Who has heard of Lululemon?
Okay, Lululemon or Spanx, they sold lifestyles. They did not sell just athleisure clothes. They didn't just put a flat lay picture of some leggings and say, buy my leggings. How many of you guys, when you go shopping online, look at the pictures? Do you notice that most of the time, those items that are on flat lay, that are not on an actual model, usually don't sell out, but the ones that sell out are the ones that people are modeling. Lululemon always posts pictures of people in like exotic places. They like to post where people have like traveled with their Lululemon. They post a mom who's going to get groceries with her kids, but she still looks super cute in her athleisure clothes. So they're selling a lifestyle. They're not selling just clothes. The creator of Spanx, she didn't even sell Spanx. She sold a flatter stomach and no panty lines. And that's what people liked about her. So think about what your lifestyle creates. I know that a lot of you will post about being a mom. I follow Erin, and she will post in her stories like doing workouts with her kids and how you can actually do healthy lifestyle with a family and still be a mom. So think about that and share your lifestyle, and people will buy that from you. We don't want to create like a bad mindset for people when they talk to you. How many of you been messaged by It Works people? The second that you friend them, they're like, hey, have you ever heard of It Works, that crazy rap thing? I think that you would be an awesome member on my team, and I'm looking to add people to my team. The second you see that, you're like, block. You don't even have to read the rest of their message because it's a huge turnoff. They have money breath, and you don't want to have money breath. You want to create a caring relationship. 9 times out of 10, when you create a relationship with people and you actually care about their interests, they are going to want to find more about you. There are so many people who are in the background that are just lurkers. I had, I think, over half of my team members on my team joined, and they never even commented on my page at all, but they were consistently watching what I was doing because they wanted to see what my lifestyle was about. And because I was consistently posting about my lifestyle, they wanted in on that same lifestyle. So sharing your lifestyle is super important, and creating relationships with them and knowing that you actually care about what they're interested in and what their problems are, is a huge, huge thing. So when people have problems, when you're selling a challenge pack to somebody, a lot of the typical questions when you're helping them choose a program, you're asking them what they're struggling with and what their goals are, what they want to accomplish. You're going to be a problem solver, not just a salesman. You want to narrow in like what they want to accomplish, and that way you're able to direct them to the best program for them, right? So be a problem solver, find solutions, and create relationships. Okay, being consistent. We talked about that for just a second. Being consistent in your posting is huge, especially with the algorithm changes on Facebook and Instagram. They're always, always changing. Consistency is the main thing because it takes up to 12 times, statistics show it takes up to 12 times for a person to see something, a product in front of them before they actually say, okay, I think I want to buy this. Very rarely, I think it's like, it was a very small percentage. It was like 7% of people will actually see something for the first time and be like, okay, I'm going to jump on that. That looks awesome. I really want to see that. Most of the time it takes people up to 12 times to be able to see something. So if you're consistently posting about a certain program, I know that Lyft is coming out in like July, I want to say. When you're consistently posting about that or the new nutrition program that you have going on, I think it's 2B. Okay, so those two, if you're consistently posting about those two programs, I guarantee that you will have more people interested in finding those because you're consistently posting about those. It does not mean that you're posting 5 posts in a row about that, because you will still be sharing your lifestyle. But you want to make that a consistent thing. So in my company, we have what's called the 911 method. You're going to share 9 posts that are either informational, inspirational, or helpful, like tips or anything like that. So you guys could be sharing recipes. You could be sharing an inspirational quote. You could be sharing your stretching picture from your workout that morning, mom life, like whatever. And then you share one opportunity post. So it's the same thing as jab, 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 right hook. And then when you do that, people start to get piqued. I will actually use my own personal information here. That's kind of embarrassing. But I follow Erin, and I love following Erin because she is real. And I have a lot of Beachbody coaches, because I don't know if Erin told you this, but I used to be in Beachbody. So I like to follow Erin's posts a lot. And I saw 2B Mindset come out, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool, but whatever. I keep watching it, and I'm like, okay, now after Erin's posted about it for probably like a month, now I'm starting to be like, I think I'm going to jump on that whole 2B Mindset thing. And at the same time, I had been reading a book called Intuitive Eating, and I know that that's kind of on the same lines as that. So because Erin had posted on that, I had found that book, and now I'm like, hey, I love this whole intuitive eating thing. So if you are consistent, you are going to be planting seeds, and you are going to be creating interest. A lot of people are not forward enough to just message you. So consistency is a huge thing if you are going to get those shy customers, because most people are too shy. They think they're going to be bugging you. Oh, you guys have heard the saying, fortune is in the follow-up. Follow up. I know you're supposed to follow up with your challengers about 3 weeks out, because their Shakeology renews at 30 days. So you usually follow up with them at 3 weeks to see how they're doing. Include in there, like, go Facebook stalk them for a little bit. If they went on vacation, like, insert in there, hey, I saw you went to Mexico. This looks awesome. Like, tell me, what was your favorite thing about your trip? And you have to tell me that story about your son at the pool. That sounded hilarious. Oh, by the way, I saw that you are almost out of your Shakeology. How is it going? Are you liking it? What's your favorite recipe? When you insert personal things like that and you're following up, I guarantee 10 out of 10 people are going to thank you for following up. I won't tell you how many times I will follow up with customers a few weeks out after they've tried their products, and they will actually thank you. Like, thank you for actually checking in, because they're not just another sale. They know that you care. And by following up, you are creating a lifelong customer and a lifelong friendship. How many of your challengers are now some of your greatest friends? I know that a lot of my customers are my greatest friends because I've created relationships with them. Okay, we're talking about summer months. I know I'm all over the place because I had so many things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I was jotting down notes like crazy, and I've skipped all over them. So I'm sorry. This is like ADD Janice. But you get what you get. Okay, mind over matter. Okay, there are going to be days that you feel like poop, and you do not want to do your crap. This is when scheduling your posts is going to come in huge. If you've had them planned, that's going to be great, because all you have to do on the days that you do not feel like doing it is checking in and doing your basic minimum power hour. The days that you really feel like it, you're going to bust it out and do more than your non-negotiable power hour. But you should always be doing your power hour. It's like you say, mind over matter. Sometimes we just don't feel like doing it, but we have to do what needs to be done, because how many people, by raise of hands, likes to play catch up? I know I don't like to play catch up. And I know that the further behind that I get, the more overwhelmed I get, and the less likely I am to get my stuff done, because I don't feel like it. I'm like, crap, now my list is twice as long and I don't want to get it done. It's like too overwhelming. And so when I get overwhelmed, I shut down. So one tip that I have for you, I know that you guys have your power hour sheets, but one tip that I have for you is get a Post-it note and write down 5 things the night before you go to bed. Make it a habit. 5 things that you absolutely have to get done that next day. It doesn't even have to be business stuff. I mean, some of it can be, but it's a lot less overwhelming. Power hour can be one of your 5 things. Check that off. If you want to say play with your kids, play with your kids. Get one batch of laundry done. Whatever your 5 things may be, those are non-negotiable 5 things that you have to get done. After that, your list can take a hike. Okay, if you shut down because your list is so long, get your 5 things done and then go play with your kids. Be present, because your kids only have 17 summers if you're really thinking about it. There's not very many summers that you're going to have with your kids before they're gone and they're moved out. So you have to make the most of it. And pre-planning your posts is huge. But on those days you don't feel like it, you just have to put your big girl panties on and you just got to get it done. We're all moms. We know that. Erin talked to my girls this afternoon about it, and I loved, she said, it's just like doing the dishes. You just have to get it done. It's like the saying, laundry today or naked tomorrow. You just have to do it. There's some things that we have to do. I always tell my kids, because when I ask them to pick out their toys and they've made a huge mess, they're like, oh, I don't want to do it. This is not fun. I hate it. And I'm like, I wiped your butt for 3 years. Like, I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. So just go get your stuff done. Sometimes we just have to do that. So set it in your head. Another thing, I don't know if you guys have a planner, but I love to have a planner to write down lists so that I save like post ideas. And that's what I plan my posts out on. And I sit down every week for an hour with my planning partner, and we plan our posts out for an entire week. That is like huge. So we actually, I'm going to jump to this really quick. So with my planning partner, we actually have a secret group, and we will pre-write up all of our posts so that each of us can go and like copy and paste that post. Now we'll change it up a little bit. Neither of us have the same friend groups at all. So it works out really well for us because none of our followers see the same thing. But I matched up all of my other girls with friends that do not have the same friend circles, and they have planning partners, and their stress levels have gone from like here to here because they don't have to worry about planning posts. I know a lot of times I would sit down during my planning posts and I'd be like, I don't know what to talk about this week. I have no idea. I could post about my favorite face wash. Like, I just get overwhelmed. So we do that. And my stress levels have been nice because if I don't have time to pre-schedule my posts, then all I do is I go into my secret group and I check, okay, Wednesday's number 2 post, copy, paste, boom, done. And I'm done. I don't have to sit there and like scroll through all my pictures and be like, okay, I didn't use this one. I think I can post it. Your stress levels get huge. Okay. How many of you guys have got sucked into the black hole of scrolling Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest? I have. I struggle with that all the time. So I like to call them IPAs, income producing activities. This is like your guys' power hours. You need to make sure that during your set time that you have of working while your kids are doing your lists or their chores, or whether you throw them outside with some snacks and lock the door while you're working, you need to make sure that you are always doing your income producing activities. Work smarter, not harder. Set your timer if you have to. A lot of times I have realized that I have ADD, as you have seen from this training, because I've jumped everywhere. I cannot focus on one thing for a very long amount of time. So I have to set a timer for like 10 minutes. And I say, okay, for these 10 minutes, I'm going to follow up with last week's customers and I'm going to see how they're doing. And I'm going to whip them out as fast as I can, message them, see how they're doing. And when my timer goes off, I move on to whatever my next income producing activity is, and I'll set my timer. And when that's done, then I'm done. I can set my timer to do my laundry to see how fast I can get my laundry folded. And for me, that works. I'm able to focus more, because if not, I will get on Facebook and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in my group and I'm going to post an inspirational post to motivate my girls on my team. And then somebody messages me with a question and I go answer their question. And then I get another text from one of my other girls, and I bounce back and forth from everywhere. So setting the timer really helps with keeping on track instead of scrolling. Another thing, last thing that I'm going to talk to you about, and then I'm done. I promise I won't word vomit on you anymore, is creating friends lists. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever created a friends list, because I know that the more people that you like their posts or comment on their posts, then your posts will show up in their feed. With the algorithm changes, this is super difficult to get to everybody on your friends list. Facebook is only showing you people that you interact with. So what happens when you see the same 25 people? You're only seeing them and you're only reaching them. So you can create a friends list in Facebook and you can label it Monday, and you put like 100 people on Monday's list. And what you do is you go in on Monday, click that, and all it shows is like that 100 people in your feed. And you're going to go down through and you're going to say like, comment on a few, message a few people, and you're done. That can be one of your IPAs. And then on Tuesday, get your Tuesday list with the next 100 people. This is going to ensure that you show up in more people's feeds and that you are interacting with more people and creating new relationships. Hopefully that makes sense. If you don't know how to create a friends list, let me know. I know that there's a training that Ashley Smith has done on friends lists. So find it, Erin. That's basically it. Mind over matter. Do your PD because it's super important. And attitude matters. If you wake up, your very first thought in the day is going to determine the rest of your day. So when you wake up, say your most important positive affirmation for that day. This I thought was really stupid, and I started trying it a few months ago, and it has changed my entire mood for the day. So instead of hitting the alarm clock and saying, oh my gosh, I wish I could snooze for 5 more minutes, I'm so tired, I hate this, I have to get up and get my workout in, whatever. Instead, hit the alarm clock, turn it off, jump out of bed or roll out of bed, whatever you have to do. A lot of times I have to roll out of bed, but my very first thought is what I want to accomplish that day. And I will say like, today's going to be a great day, or I'm so happy today. Even if I feel like crap, I tell myself I am happy today, and that changes my attitude. So I promise it will help you. Thank you, Erin, for letting me come on and word vomit to your team.
Thank you, Janice. You are awesome. You gave some really great ideas. I am going to have to watch it again when I'm not driving and trying to eat, so that I can write them down, because you gave some ideas that I have never even thought of. So really appreciate it. And it's always just good to hear from somebody else, even in another company. Like, I think we sometimes get like close-minded that we can only stick with our own company, but we're all kind of doing the same things here, and everyone has great ideas for how to be successful. And so I think it's just wonderful. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for letting me come on. I appreciate it. It was good to see you, ladies. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya. I don't know how to leave. Where is it? Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we're just gonna call it, and then we'll go jump on Micah's call in a little while.
Yeah.
And hopefully, Chandra, you're the only one who stayed on right now, but if you have any questions, we are happy to answer them right now, or you can just ask them in the message thread. You kind of just rock your own thing, and I think you're just amazing, but
yep,
we are here for you. So if you
For
ever
sure.
need anything, we are here for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just trying to like find a good balance between work and this and, you know, just kind of keep rolling and get some ideas. Kind of waiting for the rollout of Lift 4 so I can like add my husband for that and then add my friend that wants to do it. So
Absolutely. So I would recommend being one of the first people to order during this pre-launch, because with 80 Day Obsession they sold out of like everything and everything was on back order. So that's why they're putting it a month ahead, so that everyone who orders, they'll have plenty of time to get everyone's orders filled before it actually rolls out. So it goes on sale on the 11th of June, even though it doesn't roll out till July 18th. So
okay.
That's super. And since your husband will be signing up with that, like, you won't have to buy a coach pack. I mean, but you'll have to like access the coach group through Joel's account. I mean, through your husband's account. So that's something to just think about, I guess. I don't know
Okay.
how that